All right, guys. Like I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to go into each of these dictators a little bit more. So we're going to start with Adolf Hitler because he's first in the notes. So with Hitler, he promised to improve the economic conditions in Germany. At this point in time, the late 1920s into the 1930s, Germany was destroyed through the Great Depression, the Worldwide Depression, as well as the Treaty of Versailles, which caused them to pay reparations. Their money was worthless. Like it was a wheelbarrow of cash to buy a loaf of bread. People would insulate their homes with money because it was cheaper than actual insulation. They would burn money because it was cheaper than firewood. Little kids would use stacks of money like bricks and play with money, like stacks of money, instead of toys because it was cheaper. Money was worthless. Inflation is money loses value. The democratic government was weakened. Hitler was actually voted into power. Okay. And the way Hitler was voted into power is he was an excellent orator. Okay. He could speak very well. And let me just preface this: Hitler's not a good guy. Everything he did was terrible, but he was very effective at speaking. The way he'd give a speech is he would start very calm and collected, giving a speech, kind of low volume, talking, and as his speech went, he would get louder and he'd get more emphatic and start talking with his hands until at the end of his speech he's screaming and throwing his hands around. And you can look up videos of his speeches on YouTube. And what he would do is he'd start the crowd off, and by speaking low, he'd pull the crowd in. Then when Hitler would get riled up, the crowd would get riled up, and they'd follow whatever he said. Anti-Semitism, the hatred of the Jews. There's a lot of theories why Hitler hated the Jews. I'm not sure the honest truth of any of them. But anti-Semitism is hatred of the Jews. National Socialism, the National Socialist Workers' Party was the Nazi Party. Okay, and he had the German occupation in nearby countries. He took Austria. He took Denmark, and he started to take Czechoslovakia. And when he started to take Czechoslovakia, let's scroll down. Okay, we'll talk about appeasement next week. So forget Czechoslovakia. We'll get to that next week. Hitler was able to take over. He was voted into power, and then on the Night of Long Knives, okay, Night of Long Knives. There's a German word for it. I don't know it. I can't pronounce it. He had every single one of his political rivals executed, throats slit, people broke into houses, shot him in the streets. Anyone that he was afraid could take the power away from him, he had killed. Okay, and that's how he consolidated power under him. Okay. Talk about Austria. League of Nations didn't even try to stop any of this. But they had no power. So, I believe that's it with Hitler. I don't know how to stop the recording over there. So, I guess I can explain why people followed him. Imagine you're down on your luck. You've lost your job. You've lost your home. Your family's dead. They starved to death. You are in the worst place possible. This guy comes up to you and says, "It's not your fault. Let me help you. Okay, I can get you out of this spot. It's not your fault you have no money. It's not your fault you have no job. It's not your fault you lost your house and your family's dead. It's not your fault. Let me help you. I can show you who to blame. I can get you out of this." Okay? And if you are in that desperate spot, you will fall for it. Hook, line, sinker. And that's what Germany did. They fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. And Hitler pulled these people up out of the Depression, got the economy started up, got all this stuff fixed in Germany, and that's how he was able to take power, gets these people to follow along with him with the mass extermination in the Holocaust, which we'll talk about a little later on. So, there's Germany. There's Hitler. If you have any questions, let me know. And we will move on to who's next. Hirohito and Tojo will be the next video. So, until I get that one done, I will talk to you guys later. And we are good.